Sunshine Stitchers.
That could be done.
That could be when as soon as we get started. Nope.
Okay.
Hi everybody. We're the Sunshine Stitchers.
I'm EJ.
I'm Shelia.
I have to fix. You know you have to take that. Anyway.
Well, and we are so happy to see you, even if speaking is a challenge today for some reason. But we're glad that you selected our channel to watch for a few minutes, and we hope that you find your few minutes have been well spent.
That's nice.
With us today. Yes.
So welcome newbies and
we've had
well-seasoned watchers.
Several folks commented over the last couple of weeks that they found our channel.
Nice.
And enjoyed the videos very much. So welcome. We're happy that you enjoy our videos. We have a ball doing them.
I know.
Otherwise, we would not be here every Saturday.
Waking up early, but
oh, definitely. Definitely. But we do enjoy putting together what we hope is an interesting video for you. We are a channel about cross stitch.
Yes.
And so if you're interested in something else, we may not be.
And rabbit holes. Somebody said rabbit holes. Yeah. No, somebody said it needs to be a bigger than a rabbit hole. We just,
Somebody suggested I should have the foundation checked under my house. Because there's so many rabbit holes.
We did like 3 main subsections,
Last week was
was a lot.
Just a master. As always, we thank you for again commenting on our videos as well. Get a tremendous amount of pleasure from reading your comments. I respond to a lot of them. And we read them all. We do. We read them all. And so it's such a joy. So last week Deb was with us. Hi, Deb. And so she received so many wonderful comments and congratulations for her finish of Miss Mary Mac by La Di Da. And so one of our rabbit holes last week was about the company Janlynn. You all found out that in the absence of information and facts, I am prone to make up my own story.
Yes, you will fill the holes where the holes
will fill
are.
The holes. But at least I acknowledge that I'm filling the holes.
Listen, that was a big hole.
It doesn't matter. The bigger the story. You gotta start shoveling. And but Hope to Stitch 146 actually did research. And we thank you for that, because I was happy with my story, to be honest with you. But Hope to Stitch 146 told us that Janlynn was founded by Ed. Ed was married to Jan, and their daughter was named Lynn.
That was my story. Before you I read that, I'm thinking.
Clueless. Well, so was I.
Clearly. Hey,
made it up.
Friends from Chicopee.
Which is next door. I think it's next door. It's close to Lynn. We had a question that we answered last week from about a piece of fabric that Deb had, and the dyer was called Youthful Dyes, and one of our viewers commented that Youthful Dyes actually closed possibly last year. I actually looked it up, and you can get like sewing linens and things like that. So again, I don't know if that's an up-to-date website. There was some information out there under Youthful Dyes, but I didn't see anything cross-stitch or needlework related at all. So we also have been going down this rabbit hole. This is the last time, I think, because we got some really great information about the green eggs.
Yes.
And so...
Somebody said there's actually also green ham.
Yeah, I didn't bother to even do it.
I'm like, oh, okay. And then like, oh, okay. Clearly they know.
Green ham just does not sound healthy. I'm just saying.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm just saying. So I didn't even go there.
I'll be like, anything food related green except for grapes and vegetables. But if it's a meat and it's green, that's suspect.
That doesn't sound, yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's what you stay away from, I think. I would,
For sure. Well, anything that's not fruit and vegetable that's green, you don't go near. I don't care if it's poultry, fish. No. So we had a couple of comments.
Yes.
One has a sister who has chickens that laid blue, green, and pink eggs. She said she used to call them their Easter chickens, which I think is precious. But there are chickens that are called Americana who do lay green and possibly other color eggs, and they're called Easter eggers. So Linda Craig 5056, you were real close in terms of Easter chickens. Easter eggers, Americana, lay green eggs. And then our other rabbit hole last week was around cows with horns.
Yes, I've never seen a cow with horns.
Right, and a couple of people have told us Texas Longhorn cows do have horns.
I thought they were something else. I thought they were...
I just didn't think the cows had horns. Clearly, the steers the bulls are known for their horns. Texas Longhorns. When you used to see all of the Westerns, when they did Westerns back in the days of early TV and early movies, there were always cattle being driven from Texas up to Kansas and other places so they could sell their beef. And those, again, memory of all the Westerns was Longhorns. Did you ever see Wagon Train? Ward Bond? That was good. What was the one?
Ward Bond?
Ward Bond.
Is that a person?
It was a person. He was an actor.
No, I don't know who that is.
And then Clint Eastwood got his start on a Western as well. And for the life of me, I cannot remember the name of it. But that was how Clint Eastwood got his start. Such a dashing cowboy he was, too. Not exactly a cowboy, but anyway. We'll go down.
An actor.
He was, and what a sterling career he's had and is still having. So, back to cows with horns. So we did some additional research for once. We went to Professor Google.
Yes, we did. Because I was still like, okay, go ahead.
Wondering.
Yes.
Also, there are highlands called
cows with horns.
There's
highlands.
They're called highlands in Scotland. Highlands in Scotland. So here's the deal.
There's a deal.
If it is a bovine family.
Okay. They're all bovine families.
They're all bovine.
Yes.
Males are steers. And if they have not been castrated. No, if they've been castrated, they're a steer.
Yes, with no.
That's right. If they've been castrated, they're a steer.
Yes.
If they have not been castrated, they're a bull. And then once they reach 2 to 3 years old, they're called an ox. Who knew that they even called an ox?
Why? I thought that was something else.
I thought it was bull and dun.
Why? But why would you change their name because they're 2 to 3 years old? Okay.
If it's a female, if the female has not had a calf, she's a heifer. Heifer. And then once she's had a calf, she's a cow. There you go.
That's why they call it cow's milk and not heifers.
True. But why would heifer be a bad name?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't even think cow should be a bad thing, quite honestly, because a cow has had.
Is cow a bad name? Calling somebody a cow?
Yeah, that's not good. But
then there's other words that you can use.
There's certainly other
that's
words
worse
that
than
would
a cow.
be worse, and I think, yeah. So, anywho, so yes, so that was our educational moment of the video.
Yes.
And hopefully the last of both of those topics, eggs and bovines.
But we stopped talking about the teddy bears. You see how
I'm done with the teddy bears. I didn't bring it up. I did not bring it up. And thank you for those who provided some additional clarity and information about the teddy bears. But
she's what is it?
I'm teddy beared out.
Teddy beared out.
Okay.
That's what we do. We pick a topic. Well, not pick a topic. It just comes out. And then after a couple of episodes, we peter off that topic and then start something else crazy.
Because something else will show up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Stay tuned next week.
Do you have any finishes?
No, do you?
I have finishes this week.
S with an S with an ES?
S. Finish S. Yes. With an S.
Ooh!
Yes. Look at this.
This is all? Wow.
So I finished Rosa Parks, which is a freebie from Sassafras. Stitchery. This was done on tea leaves by coloring cotton 32 count, and I used the called for Cosmo threads. And here's Rosa.
Ooh.
Look at her.
She's so pretty.
Yeah, you can bring her back a little bit just to pick up the color. Yeah,
nice.
The fabric a little bit better. Yeah.
Oh, the fabric.
Look at her. Look at her.
Nice.
Yeah, she was looking a little demented the last time you saw her, but she now she's been all filled in and just lovely.
Yeah.
And the saying says, I felt determination cover my body like a quilt on a winter night.
So you have your quilt.
They're called
squares?
Stars, something stars. Kimberly told me, and I forgot.
Oh.
She was a
traditional quilt squares.
Okay, traditional quilt squares. Okay, yeah. So she just beautiful.
Oh, you know your name is on this?
Yeah.
Oh, look at you. Oh my goodness, y'all.
But she's beautiful.
Yeah, she's really nice.
Can't wait to have her fully finished so she can, go up on the wall. Thank you, Kim. And I forgot the name of the young lady who works with Kim for doing this and offering it as a freebie.
Lovely.
Thank you.
She looks really nice. That smile came together.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So, for a while now, you all have really been on this journey with me. Shelia. I finally finished Grandma's button box.
Wow.
It's been fully finished. And wow. I am super proud of it.
As you should be.
Yeah. Oh, there's cat hair. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about the cat hair. Cat hair is a staple.
Does it go up? Oh!
And I just put stuff in
She
there.
put like stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, those are some of the things from the kit.
Yes.
And I just didn't want to have them sitting around, so I just put them in there for now.
So that's the top of the box.
I took a class called at a retreat that was known as Stitching Under the Oaks. It was based in Florida in 2019. Mm-hmm. And Morning Glory Needleworks was the guest designer teacher. She presented the class, and we had all these different ways of putting buttons on pieces that she showed us in the class, the different kind of stitching you can do to secure a button, like wrapping it, and it was just really a lot of fun.
Exactly.
And
how did you glue?
That button is glued on. Okay. Because I couldn't whip stitch it or anything once I got it on, so I just glued it on.
That's
yeah.
That's nice.
And so it took me from 2019 to 2023 to stitch. Now, a friend of ours actually was given the kit by another one of our stitcher friends who was at the retreat with me. She finished hers like a year ago or so. Yeah, Sandy.
You have all the buttons? These are all the buttons?
So we got buttons in the class. She had this great big thing of buttons that you could just go pick out buttons. She collects antique buttons or different shapes of buttons as she goes around, and it was just, and then as I was in different places, sometimes quilting stores have different kinds of buttons. I started looking at buttons and would pick them up too. So now I have this huge button collection.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Good
I like
job.
this one. Look at it. It looks just like a flower bud. I don't know if you can see that in the video, that white button. Yeah. So, yes, Grandma's button box is finally done. Yes. And I'm actually going to take some of my buttons and dump them in there.
Yes, as you should.
I like to be able to just go through them. So that was finished. That's finished because I finished the banding, stitching on the banding, and FFO'd last week.
Wow.
I also finished the midnight version of Wildflowers by Hello from Liz Mathews. This is my own, well, sort of my own thread conversion. I'm using threads that were designated for another project, but I decided not to stitch that project. So I took those threads and applied them to this chart because it turned out it was just the right light, medium, dark kinds of transitions and colors for it. So I'm really pleased with that. So I'll have to finish that. And this is what the chart looks like. That was stitched on 40 count Aspen by Weeks Dye Works. And again, Wildflowers, Hello from Liz Mathews. And that is this version right here. So that's my third finish of the week. I did finish it all, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
I thought you were going to do this.
No, I changed my mind.
Do this.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I realized that that's a full piece. So why am I deciding to do 2 full pieces?
That's really good.
Yeah, beautiful. Love it, love it, love it, love it.
Do you know how you're going to finish it?
No, that's since I changed the plan. It's kind of up in the air right now. So those are my finishes.
Congratulations.
I had quite the productive week. I did.
Yes, you did.
Did you have any starts this week?
No.
Neither?
I was supposed to.
Okay.
But then, you know, pro tip. Pro tip. Do not plan to start a project and then on that same day that you wanted to start the project, pull fabric, oh, which fabric should I use? Like, start kitting it up. Have it pre-kitted before you plan to start it. That's from a wise one, from experience.
Well, that's true, because you can spend, just sometimes selecting fabric and thread.
Correct.
If you're not using the call for thread.
Correct.
And even if you pull it all out, you look at it, once you pull your fabric, you decide to make changes. I mean, it can chew up.
Correct.
Several hours.
Correct. So on the 15th was when I was supposed to start my something new. I think that's when I actually bought the pattern. And I looked, I'm like, okay, I have fabric, and then the threads that I wanted, I'm sure I had it was DMC, but I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna rummage through my DMC.
Oh, I know, I do that all the time.
I'd rather go to Joanne.
Yeah, well, this happens to be President's Day weekend,
so I got on sale, yeah. So I'll start it today. Everything is kitted up, it's right here.
Okay.
See? And
she's all ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
Except for some 310.
Yes, 310, but I got a corner of 310.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just cracked it open.
I could loan you. I could give you some free 10.
You want to loan me? A couple of strands.
Yeah.
I'll make sure to return it back to you the next day. All right, but I did do some stitching this week.
Okay, good.
This is not going to be in day order, like when I stitch it. It's just I stitched it this week.
Because you're the only one that knows really when you stitched it.
I have it right here.
I mean, it doesn't really matter when you stitched it.
It's just I stitched it this week.
So as long as it was stitched this past week. Since we did our video last Saturday.
Yeah.
So Saturday through Friday night.
Yeah.
Unless, in your case, early Saturday morning.
That.
Because you start to stitch at midnight Friday night. Not lying.
I'm still up. Yeah. Well, it's not Saturday until you sleep.
I understand that.
So it's still Friday night.
It's Friday night when I sleep.
It's Friday night when I sleep too at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's not Saturday until you wake up.
Wake up.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. This is Hello Summer from Tangled Threads and Things. This is the August 2022. What is this? Some issue of Just Cross Stitch.
This is Tangled.
It's Tangled Threads and Things. Erin Nori of Tangled Threads and Things. Oops. And this is it. And what I did do by mistake, I switched out a color and then I like it and I'm gonna keep it.
No.
Oh.
That.
August 2020.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I had the right year.
Yes.
Since I tend to do throwback years.
And this is, I got Hello.
Hello.
Hello. This is 18 count marshland from Under the Sea Fabrics.
Oh, that's pretty.
And it's gonna literally take like this little square, so I'll have this much left.
Oh, you can do one of the other LOs.
I don't know if they have any LOs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought there was a LO all the seasons. Maybe somebody else has done LO.
Like there's Hello January, February. I do that, but that's hands-on design.
Right. But isn't there another one?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
I don't think, I'm sure.
There was a while there where it seemed like every designer was doing a hello something something.
Yeah. So what I changed was the pink. The pink, it wasn't supposed to be there, but I really liked it there. So.
Okay, very nice.
So all I'm missing is the H, and of course, you know, continuing, and then summer is underneath here, and then a whole bunch of vines.
Let's see the picture again. Where's the picture?
Oh,
sorry.
That's okay. Right there. Yeah, the pink is not supposed to be there. No, the green is not supposed to be there. Not the pink, the green.
Yeah. Here we go. There we go.
There you go. Do you see that? Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. Loving the colors.
That's very pretty. Yeah, and
Thank
there's
you.
a lot of nice back stitching so that you and you know what? I see a lot of little confetti for the little leaves on these vines. So
yes.
You can really see it there. There's a lot of little confetti green stitches.
These are my colors.
But I don't know that I would be so concerned about
the what?
Where they go.
Oh,
as long as I find a little point on that vine, I'd say, okay, this is a nice spot.
With the back stitch?
Yeah, these little single cross stitches with
little
leaves.
I see.
I don't know if I would dry myself. I mean, where they are at the end of a branch on the vine,
yeah.
I certainly would put a leaf there.
Oh, but like make it like four back stitches down?
These like that, yeah. I'm not sure I would.
What about beads?
You could do beads.
That would be cute.
That would be nice.
Green beads?
Yeah.
To make it more difficult for me.
Although I do like the subtlety of those little single stitches.
But the beads could be like vine,
like they'll come out like
pretty things. Yes.
Anyway.
Anywho, what's it?
That's very pretty.
Thank you so much.
I like that fabric.
Thank you so
when
much.
When you get to the peak in that summer, that's gonna jump off.
Pop it up.
Yes.
Okay. And then I worked on Harder Daddy.
Harder Daddy.
Oh, cheers.
Oh, cheers. We're drinking water today.
Very healthy for you.
Mm-hmm. Nice cold water.
Nice. Do you know how there's sometimes, no matter what you drink, you still need water? That's because you're dehydrated.
Well, you should drink, water should be number one. Everything else should be number two. We tend to, I know I do. I tend to
coffee.
Look at other things and then drink. But I have days when I will do designated water days, at which point
Water
I'll try to
Wednesday?
drink at least 2 of these.
Oh, that's...
But I finish 1 of these a day.
Yeah.
And then other like juices or sparkling waters. Or...
I'm thinking coffee has water.
Well, yeah.
So,
yeah.
You're drinking water.
Yeah.
Flavored water.
To me, it's liquid. But anyway.
Anywho.
Harder Daddy.
All right, so we're back. And
Harder Daddy.
Picture this plus Dapple, 32 count, 2/2.
That's okay, go ahead.
And this is where we are right now. What I'm doing is I'm bringing 436 up and stitching, filling in the stitches. And then whatever I do on one side of the butt cheek, I'm gonna do it to the other side of the butt cheek.
So you keep it even as you move up.
Correct. And I forgot I made a boo-boo. Oh, I made a boo-boo.
Oh, what'd you do?
Horrible. I just made a boo-boo before and then I fixed it and then I just have to remember
that they're not quite the same.
Well, whatever I do on one side of the butt cheek, I must do on the other side to
even it out.
Yeah, to even out the boo-boo.
Okay. Is it in the center so that you have to?
So, because I think I have 1 stitch extra.
Okay.
So I have to have 1 stitch extra here and then 1 stitch extra here.
Oh, okay.
And then everything else will be fine, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that whole row has to have an extra something.
Well, now, but the hand, will you be able to place the hand in the right spot?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Okay. I can work around it because after, like, I can do the hand and then do the extra.
I would.
Okay.
Get the hand in there.
Okay.
Sorry. You gotta have that hand in the right spot. That hand is all important.
Listen, I have so many words to say, but I'm not saying any of them. So this is it.
Wait until you all see this finished.
Yes. So my mom comes in the room.
Oh, no.
While I'm stitching this. I said, hi. She's like, oh, you're stitching. She said, oh, you're stitching a heart? I said, yeah, it's a heart. And she's like, where's the red? I said, don't you worry. There's going to be some red right here. Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, that's Harder Daddy. Like, oh, okay. Next we have ABC Sampler by Jeanette Douglas. And I rolled X for Condor, which is a mole sail, and Y for Zenizia.
Well, you've got Y, but it's spelled with a V.
No. The letter Y is stitched with this color.
Oh, Venezia.
Venezia.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. So here it is.
Venice. I'm going to be there this year.
Nice. You see it? So I don't know if you saw me finish. I finished W, X, and Y, I think, this week. I'm not sure. But definitely X and Y is completed. All I have to do is Z. And I was contemplating, maybe just the alphabet.
No! Because No, then you missed the point of a great Jeanette Douglas design.
Well, that's true. But the alphabet is gorgeous.
It is.
I'm loving it.
That's the point of a great Jeanette Douglas design, for sure.
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
You can see that is so cute. And I love the colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is my ABC sampler. So 2 days, one day, 147 stitches on Harder Daddy. The next day, 147 stitches by chance on ABC Sampler.
Nice.
I need to play those numbers.
Oh yeah, you should.
And then I'll be going with you to Venice. Where are you going?
Venice.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Like, I don't care if you don't want me to go, I'm going. We're going together.
A couple more spots in Italy, Croatia.
Oh, nice.
And ending in Venice.
Finally, finally, I didn't bring Elegant Pumpkins out this week.
Mm-hmm.
I stitched on it yesterday, but I didn't bring it because it was legit like 70 stitches.
Oh, okay.
What I spent my time doing was I did a better copy of the thing, what do you call that? The subsections, so I can fully explain it. And then I did a bigger copy of where I am, and then so I can easily highlight it.
Okay.
And then I stitched the 71 stitches.
Okay.
Did I explain myself right?
Copy?
A copy of, no, a copy of, I made a copy of the chart.
Oh.
And then taped it together and then did
got it.
So I did some legwork, things I probably should have done before.
Well, I've done that, particularly with large, like the one I'm going to show. It's a huge chart, huge. And of course, it's split in the middle of certain parts of it. And so I've taken pictures of the part and then put it together so I could have, and then I cut around it, so all I have is just that section. And therefore it doesn't get confusing when I go back to a bigger picture of the thing to pick up and work on.
Yeah. I'll show you guys tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but next week.
Next week.
On Sundays we stitch seasonal Sunday stitching or Sunday seasonal stitching, one of the days. And I am doing Winter Montage by Jeanette Stever. This is a kit from Janlynn.
There we go.
That you can get you can still get from janlynn.com or something. I'm not sure. But I got this at
founded
Amazon.
by Ed, husband of
Jan
and father of Lynn.
Correct.
There you go, Ed.
There you go.
All props.
So we have, my leaves are done.
Oh, look. Oh, how nice.
My leaves are done.
Look.
Yeah, isn't it nice?
It is nice. And it looks just like the picture. That's always nice. See?
Yes. I love this fabric. Good choice.
What fabric is this?
Vintage Country Mocha.
Oh, okay. That's your favorite.
That's my fave.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do now is do the cherries.
Yes. These cherries right here.
2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1.
Oh, okay.
They're
so
very
consistent.
Yeah.
All right. Very nice.
Yeah. And then oh man, I'm almost done with this block.
Yeah, with that block. Yeah, you got your cherries and then you've got some underneath.
And then some underneath and I'll be done with this block.
Yeah. Ooh.
Hello. This is a full coverage. That's really not a full coverage for me. But this is, wow, okay.
Boy, wait till you get here.
That's a full.
That's a full.
But this right here is confetti heavy.
Nice, yes, confetti heavy.
Man.
Yeah. Wow.
But this right here is full coverage. This.
Yeah. Sorry, let me pull out your hand, but this poinsettia.
Confetti. This right here is also, not confetti, but full coverage. Over here is full coverage as well. This corner is full coverage.
That'd be fun. That'd be wonderful seeing it come alive.
This is full coverage as well.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I think once you get that basket of fruit and flowers in there, you will start to feel very accomplished, because that is huge.
And I think what I'm going to do is completely backstitch each section before moving on.
Yeah, in the call for, well, actually, yes, each one does have a kind of border to it, right?
And I'm talking about, for the
it's a single back stitch, like a black or something, around a brown in some instances.
Maybe I could do the dark brown instead of a black.
Because I wouldn't do back stitch, because you know you would lose the back stitch when you start the stitching. The thing about a back stitch is that it accentuates, and if you put it in first, as you stitch through the same holes.
No, meaning the back stitch from the leaves.
Oh.
Like before I move on to the next section, I back stitch this whole thing.
I'm sorry. When you were talking about stitching the outline of the sections.
Oh.
As I'm looking at it, it looks like there is a dark back stitch around each border.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you were saying.
Oh yeah. I will do that after.
Yes.
There is a back stitch border. How about that? I didn't even notice.
Sorry. But that's easy.
That's easy.
You can do that as you go along. As you finish each section, just do its back stitching.
Do all its back
because
stitching.
the back stitching really sits up right next to the stitching for that section.
I don't know if you see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. Very nice.
But in here,
you can do that back stitching. Now that you finish the leaves, you could do that back stitching. And that would be a nice mindless Sunday stitch if there's something you want to watch or a good audio book you're listening to.
Oh my God.
That's the kind of stitching that really you can do, as well as the back stitching around the whole thing, the whole section.
Yeah.
And you just sit there and just get it done.
One.
Yep.
Or, maybe a running stitch. No, is that a correct term? I'm not sure that's the correct term.
Back stitch, running stitch.
That's not the correct term.
I think it's just in the
maybe not every single hole.
A back stitch is like this, whereas I think a running stitch is like this. Now, 6 of one, half dozen of another.
Oh, really? I thought a running stitch. I don't know.
I think a back stitch tends to be a little bit more protective because you've got that underneath that's going over 2. Whereas a running stitch, you're just going over the same 2. You're coming up over 2 threads. It's hard to describe without doing it, but a real back stitch, I think, provides a little bit more protection because there's actually support underneath what you see.
Yes.
At least the way I do it.
Yeah,
I could be completely wrong because people do theirs differently, and that's okay. That's fine. I'm not saying it's definitive. I'm not saying it's the dictionary version. It's the Shelia version.
A back stitch is legit back stitch. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom.
And I tend to, most of the time I stitch from left to right. When I'm doing back stitching, I stitch right to left because I can get that movement going. Just like that.
This way would be this way.
It's a little, I find it a little less natural for some reason to do it that way. But if I can, and sometimes it's turning the fabric. Yeah. Which is interesting because I do have directional challenges. Like whenever, I've done some famous like screw ups in classes with designers, particularly Jean Farish, when she says turn the fabric, and so as you're stitching you're still stitching from the side that you're comfortable with, but you're coming at it a different direction. So turn the fabric or turn the fabric? Like, if this is the fabric, do you turn the fabric? Okay, so if this is the fabric, if I'm stitching, first let me show her, then I'll try to turn it and show you. But I'm stitching from this direction to that direction. So hopefully this is left to right, the way you see it, left to right, as you see it. if I'm doing back stitch, I will turn the fabric so it's like this, and I'm stitching this direction to that direction. Okay. Because I can just do this. Okay. Somehow, and coming from the other direction, I would be trying, I don't know, it just doesn't work the same way. Yeah. I don't know why. Okay. Again, it's a Shelia thing. It may be solely rooted in me being me, which I don't recommend to anybody.
That's not true.
Well, there's a lot of awkwardness involved.
Everyone.
Well, so that's one of my awkwardnesses. Just saying.
Just saying. What are your whips?
So my whips, I worked on Wash Day, Clementine Hunter, February, Black History Month. I am celebrating the African diaspora, focusing on all the charts that I have that have an African representation or African American representation.
Beautiful.
This is Wash Day. Clementine Hunter is a folk artist, and the chart was done by Fine Arts Graphics. And there's only one place that I know who had charts. And I think there was actually, it's a needlepoint, but I'm doing it in cross stitch. And there's only one gallery that I had heard of that had them, but I was never successful in actually discussing with them about getting the charts out into the public. So it doesn't look like I did a lot this month and this week, and there's a reason for that. I am changing the picture. So you'll see here, she had a line full of white sheets, and I decided to change the white sheets to include quilts made up of, I call them freedom squares. These were quilt squares that were used to point the way for runaway slaves. And talk about your day when you were kidding. My day of trying to figure out how to do these quilt squares. Oh my God. It was a mentally painful afternoon. And I finally decided, because I wanted to get the whole square in there. I didn't want a partial square. And of course, I didn't want to mess up the, you notice that line is positioned so that the washing is in the front and the line is in the back. I didn't want to lose that perspective. So I decided to, do it over one so I could get the entire quilt square in there, which is, I'm doing this on 36 count. So that took a moment.
For her to realize what she's saying.
It took a moment. I had to sit there for a moment and say, oh my God, what have I done? I sat there, I was like, oh. Now, of course, I'm talking to me, so I didn't exactly say, oh my God, what have I done? I used other language, but the effect is the same.
Joe Robinette was shocked.
He was like, oh no. Human. I'm convinced they call me human. So I decided that I would have enough space in there to put the entire quilt pattern. But in order to do that and maintain the perspective, I would actually create a binding, bind the square. So this was put in and taken out. I don't know. Now, I could have done this on a doodle cloth, right, to figure this out, but no, let's not. Let's do it on a piece. So it took me a while. So this is actually, and I'm going to do them in 10 stitch because there's no way in hell that I'm going to do a full cross over one on 36 count. It's not happening. A single strand, 10 stitch. And so this is single strand 10 stitch, and then once I get this outline, I will put in the quilt pattern, and I will follow the same theme for, I think I can get 3 of them in here, and then following the same perspective that she originally created in the piece itself.
Do you know what message you want to put out there?
No, I was just trying, I picked the squares that I thought had the most interest from a stitched perspective.
Gotcha.
Not to be too complicated, because I thought the detail would get lost because of the smallness. So I'm using some of the bolder patterns. As I do them, I'll have the explanations available, because some of it might change now that I've decided to do them over one. So that pretty much represented that little bit of stitching, but with all of the ins and outs and decisions that had to be made along the way, did constitute pretty much, you can't even see that.
My goodness.
It takes magnification. I have on my magnification glasses.
Magnification glasses on?
Not today, not for this, but I have my magnification glasses and my magnification mirror. And I mean, at the end of the day,
so what is it, a 60?
It required eye drops.
72? 72 stitch.
Yeah, so so it's 36 over 1, so it's literally every inch there's 36 little stitches.
No, 72.
Well, no, 18. No, each thread is 36 threads. So
you're right.
Yeah. So I can get the full quilt in there. And whatever, if I have any space around or something, I'll just fill in with some complementary color so that it still comes out and stuff. Because again, it'll still look like a quilt.
Yes.
You know, with the binding and then the pattern and then maybe some filler every now and then.
So this is the 3 quilts, 1, 2, 3, and over here gonna be the white quilt?
Well, so of course now originally her sheets were sized slightly different in size, and so the clothespins were originally put in for those sheets.
Yeah.
When I put in the quilts, they will be a little different.
Okay.
Like this quilt is going to end shy of that, and I'm just going to move the clothespins after I've completed the quilt. So I will be doing some frogging of the red clothespins and then filling back in the clothesline with the same color. So yeah.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it was, when I say it was an afternoon of thought, consideration, trial and error, it was.
That's part of the,
But now
now you know what you want.
I know what I'm doing. I'm okay. I'm prepared. And also selecting the colors that I wanted to use in the quilts, because I'm not selecting colors in the rest of the piece. I'm doing different colors.
Correct.
And so...
because it's laundry day, it doesn't have to be.
And quilts aren't... quilts are multiple colors and patterns. And
correct.
So, yeah. And of course, back in the day, they were made from old clothes, flour sacks, corn sacks, because that's all that people had available to them. They didn't have the colored fabrics unless they were an old dress that had worn out and couldn't be used. Nobody ever threw anything away. They just took that old dress and cut it up into squares and pieces and made quilts out of them. Old work overalls, dungarees that were cut up and made, and the pieces were made into quilts. And so I wanted, mine aren't going to be like that, but the point I'm just trying to make is that the quilt squares don't have to be representative of anything else in the piece as far as color is concerned. So some of my color selections are quite deliberate, others not so much. I just felt I like the color, so I'm going to use them.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So that's wash day. I also worked on, and this is a Whip Go project for the month, Lindy Stitches Beach Dance, otherwise known as my blue boobies, blue-footed boobies. And I got a lot done. I must say, I'm very pleased.
Oh, look at that.
Look at this, right? Look at that. I worked on, let me see, last time you saw it, I think they had the blue feet.
Yeah.
But I needed this wing on this one right here. And I put in, started working on, I got one flower in at the bottom and just have to do the buds on the other. Actually, this was a piece I picked up to work on in the evening after I spent the majority of the day on wash day, because I needed a head cleanser, a palette cleanser. Woo! And this is stitched on 32 count French lace. And I'm using some conversions for some Weeks Dye Works and Classic Color Works.
I guess I love the border.
Yeah.
The black checkered.
Yeah, that border, yeah. And I didn't finish the border on the right side because I wanted to make sure that I had come over far enough, because I don't trust my counting.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. It's gorgeous. I can't,
good job.
I'm enjoying it tremendously. It's really, really, and I had worked on the green part of that, and it did come out correct. I'm very happy. I'm always happy when something like that happens, because weird things happen with my stitches. And that's because I work on them over time, and it takes a long time. I picked up, again, in context of my focus this month, Mary Pet's sampler, Queenstown Sampler Designs. This is a sampler that, I'm sorry, I never remember. Mary Pet's sampler, Baltimore, Maryland, 1831. This is a reproduction sampler from the collection of the Oblate Sisters of Providence, located in Baltimore, Maryland, which is the first African-American Roman Catholic sisterhood. And this is what the sampler looks like. And this is on 30 count pecan shortbread, and I say pecan. A lot of people say pecan. To me, it's always been pecan.
There's
actually pecan.
Pecan?
Pecan. I don't know why.
Yeah, there's no A there, but okay.
P-E-C-A-N.
P-E-A is P.
No, it's not.
P-E-A is not P?
P-E-A is P.
Because the A makes the E long.
No.
Yes, the A makes the E long.
It's pecan. People say pecan. It's still P.
No, it's P.
Pecan?
Yes.
I've never heard anybody say pecan.
Yes, pecan.
Oh, no.
So people say pecan and pecan?
Pecan and pecan.
No, it's pecan.
It's pecan.
No, it's not pecan. First of all, we know it's not pecan. It's pecan. How? She's so mad she's spelling do incorrectly.
As well as pronounced. Everything coming up.
She's just typing.
I'm just typing, not even looking at what I'm typing. Look at how you pronounce heifer. I see my phone listening.
Man, they do.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
This says pecan.
Thank you. Wait, press the play button.
Pecan.
Thank you.
How do Southerners pronounce pecan? Oh,
Pecan.
While Northerners pronounce as pecan.
See, there's no E. There's no A.
Well, I was raised in Washington, D.C., which is between the North and the South, so I'm going to stick with pecan.
Pecan. Or pecan. It's not pecan, first and foremost.
Well, it's not pub.
It is pub.
Oh, did it say pub?
Yes.
Oh.
It's pub. P-E. Like.
I'm sticking with pecan because that's what I heard my whole life. It wasn't until I went to school that I actually heard pecan.
You never heard pecan because you thought it was wrong.
Not until I went to school. That's why
it's pecan. It's pecan and pecan. Wait, it's pecan and what's the other one?
Pecan. Pecan.
No, pecan and
pecan.
Is that the?
That's what the guy said. So Professor Google said pecan.
So why did you think I was wrong?
Because it's pecan. Because you said. Because I've always heard people say pecan, pecan, E, still a P, pecan, not pecan.
Oh.
It was the P that got me.
Oh.
I have never heard pecan. I've heard pecan.
Oh, you heard pecan?
Pecan.
And pecan.
And pecan is what I heard.
But pecan is not correct. Pecan? No. No one says pecan.
Professor Google brought up pecan.
No, you said pecan. I said, you said pecan.
Pecan.
And then I said, no, there's no A.
Right.
So it's pecan.
Well, that's not the reason. The A doesn't have anything to do with it.
Yes.
You still have a long E sound without having an A. That was
that's what you want to say.
That is that you can still have a long E sound without having an A in the word itself.
I'm trying to think of a word. I'm sure there's lots of English is very difficult.
Yeah, it's a difficult language.
Yeah,
let's just say.
Yeah, it is because you can say a rule and then the next sentence you just broke your rule.
Let me just say, on the 2700 block of 12th Street Northeast in Washington, D.C., in the early 1950s, it was pecan. I'm just going to put it right there.
Okay.
I don't care what everybody else says. I know
pecan,
what it was in 2700 block.
It's pecan or pecan?
It's
pecan or pecan?
Pecan.
Pecan bread.
Pecan, Northerners, pecan, corn.
I don't know.
Corn.
See, once again, a rabbit hole, and yeah.
Well, you know, we got clarification.
Yes, I was right.
You were right. Except for the P. No, you
were
wrong.
It was right in the P.
Oh, you're right on the P. You're wrong on the PEA. Reason for it not being a P.
Yes.
Not that it really matters, because I know what was going on in 2700 block of 12th Street Northeast in the 1950s. That's all I got to say.
Okay, are we done? Wait.
I do know when I'm in stores and I'm looking for pecans, people do tend to look at me weird.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they do. And I know it's completely with the pronunciation.
Yeah.
And I do change it up. Mm-hmm. Just because.
Where's
I know
pecan?
That's what they're listening for. Anyway. Oh, I never did show it.
Did you?
So lost? No, never showed it.
Did you talk about everything you want?
Everything else but show
a legacy linen, and then she's stitching on over à soie. Over à soie. Soie de G.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Shelia.
She's a big girl. She's a big girl. I worked on, it doesn't look like much, but I started working on Baltimore.
The word?
Word Baltimore.
It's up here.
Yeah. And that is over 1. I'm like, what is this with the ladies in this over 1? Because, you know, I'm working on Rosina Dishery, and all of her words are over 1. I'm like, what is with
real
the
estate?
Over 1?
It's real estate. You need space.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, real estate. So, very excited. Very excited. So I've got Baltimore, and then she goes on with the date. Baltimore, December the something 1831. Mary Pets. Is there anywhere we can read it? Anyway, we'll
1831. Mary Pets. To her dear parents, worked at the Oblates School on the 10th year of her age.
Yeah.
Virtue.
Yeah.
And then.
So that's where I am there. So yeah, she's a big girl. That little 10-year-old and her over 1. course, she wasn't necessarily working on 30, but 30 count, it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, it's just over 1.
Yeah.
And that was the last of my, well, on the whips, because I had those finishes.
Yes.
So there was a lot of stitching this week.
Yes.
Some of it was finishes, and then the fully finished, and then all of the investigative work on the placement for those quilts on wash day. It was quite the week, quite the stitchy week. Alrighty, what's next? Investments in kindness.
As you well know, I bought the, I do. I bought the the DMC for, Data Portraits in Paris 1900s by Shaded Stitchery. It's 92 by 92, not too bad at all.
No, it's small, and it's fun. Even though there's a lot of color change in it, it's just such a pleasure.
I think I'm gonna stitch it on this. I think it looks nice.
Yeah. And congratulations again to Mary Lee Laird. You should be hearing from us again.
Yes.
Soon.
Very, very soon. I think this is a maybe an 18, no, maybe a 6. I don't know what count this is, but it's enough.
Was it in your stash?
Yes, it was in my stash. And then of course, when you know.
Oh,
yes.
You pulled the plug.
I did. When you purchase something, you just can't purchase just one, right? It doesn't make sense to.
Right.
It needs to go through the interwebs.
Yes.
Together.
Yes.
So I bought Black Butterfly Sampler by Shaded Stitchery. And look at this, gorgeous, gorgeous.
I really love that piece. I mean, yeah, we've talked about it.
Yes.
But neither of us had pulled the plug on it. Oh, did you think that I had bought it?
I have. Huh? I bought it.
No.
Did you buy it?
I don't remember. I need to go look. I don't think I have.
No, you got the Juneteenth one.
I got the Juneteenth. That's what it was.
But I like the blue with the black. It's called for JAGAK, which is Gentle Arts Shaker Threads.
Oh, gassed. General Arts. Yeah,
but like a shaker color.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm gonna have to find that because I like it.
They're everywhere. They're just mixed in with the regular General Arts. Some of the shades are just shaker shades.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I think a Leo.
It's not 310?
No, it's 2 different colors. You believe that?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
A Leo something.
Leo and Roxy, which is now Roxy Thread Co.
Yes. Which, you know, I may have to, you know.
Yeah, I got to pull that plug. She's gorgeous colors. I mean, woo, she's a fabulous dyer, Roxy Co.
And then the shaker threads.
Yeah.
So those are the 2 things that I bought. Was that it? Oh, and the threads to go with it.
Yeah.
Is that it? Yep, that's it.
All right. Well, we had some stitchy kindness, and I am embarrassed. I neglected to get permission to mention her name. And I also, somewhere in the house, the card, which I had sitting on the counter the entire week up until this morning. And
John Robinette took it.
No, I always, anyway. But she said that she felt we needed some help in the pointer department. We needed something that wouldn't get stuck on things. I was like,
it's really bad.
What does she mean? Stuck on things. So she sent us, I was shocked because I wasn't, she sent us a real baton.
A baton?
A real baton.
A conductor's baton?
A conductor's baton.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That's nice.
That's why I wasn't using anything today.
That's nice.
I wanted to switch over. Real baton.
Nice.
Yes. It's got a little handle on it and everything. And it comes with its own case.
Thank you so much. We got a baton.
It was such a sweet card, and it's yeah. Thank you so much. I was thrilled, tickled when I opened the box because I was like, what did I order then? And because it came
in a tube,
right? Well, no, it was like a triangular box, and the thing was huge. Pardon me, and then wrapped in bubble wrap, and oh my God, thank you so much. You will be seeing this from now on. And it has its own, I can't get it, it has its own case.
Little tube?
Yes. So we have a proper pointer now.
Yes, thank you so much. See, Shelia?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
This is cool. This is so cool. So, yeah, so now my needle finders will return to their original purpose, which is to find needles.
Oh my goodness, and it works really well, I have to say.
Putting it up in its safe place.
I was threading a needle and the needle flew.
Yeah.
And it was a petite needle. If that thing gets in my foot,
yeah,
or my niece's feet, oh my God, I'd be so pissed.
Yes.
So I, of course, gingerly walked to where the thing was, the magnet thing, and I just, and I
heard the clink. Yeah, you got to feel it too. Yeah.
So good.
I have to do that because, you know, I've got all these little footed family members that, yeah.
Oh yeah, and the dog comes, you know, the Marley.
Of course, as soon as something hits the floor.
Oh my gosh. He, like, my door is closed, so I think, but he barges in. Like, I feel like it's like the police. You know, like, he just barges in and just walks.
Yeah. I had, growing up, we had a dachshund. And he used to walk himself. This before he had to walk dogs on leashes. But he used to walk himself. So we would let him out, and he'd go, and he had his routine in his places, and he'd come back home. When he was back home and he was ready to come in, he would hit the front door. Boom! Or he used to jump the fence. Because we used to put him...
A dachshund?
Sometimes we would put him out the front door like this.
Yeah. A dachshund, the one with the short legs?
He would climb. We had a fence between us and our next door neighbor, and it was a standard, maybe 4-foot fence or something. It wasn't a tall fence, but it was a good size fence. He literally would climb the fence, and then I'd watch him do it. Climb the fence, and then teeter-totter on the top, and then propel himself off to the other side. And then go off his merry way down the street. And then when he would come back home, he would hit the front door. Okay, I'm home. Y'all can open the door and come in now.
Wow.
Yeah, it was, and then one day he got caught on the fence. One of his back legs slipped through. Yeah. So he was hanging. And of course it had the sticker things. It was a mess. Yeah. He was cut up. Leg was pulled out of joint. And we had to take him to the vet. Did that stop him?
With the little cast, he still did it.
So yeah, he was quite something. And we actually stopped putting him out in the back after that, and just opened the front door.
Yeah.
Just go.
I had a dog that walked himself. It was a little it was a Yorkshire Terrier. And then one day, this was a very sad story.
I don't want to hear a sad animal story.
No. I opened the door to let him walk. I think someone took him.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they saw this little terrier out walking by himself?
Yeah. But he knew he was, and I knew his routine. He would walk, use the restroom, sniff around, and come back. So when we were, 20 minutes later, he's not back. We went out looking for him.
He was gone?
Yeah.
Oh. No, my dog always came back. Now, in the morning, we would let him out when we were getting ready to go, my mother to work, my sister and I to school, but he had to be back before we left so he could be inside. Otherwise, he was going to be outside all day. He did not like that.
That's not his jam.
That was not, no. And I remember standing at the front door, sometimes calling his name when I had to leave home. And I remember this one day, I saw him, he would come from, so my house looked this way, and then across the street was actually open backyards of houses that were on a side street. And I could actually see him coming across the backyards, ears flying in the wind, coming across the backyards of these houses, heading to the front. I'm not going to get left. No. I'm getting there before they leave. Just as he got to the side of the street, a tractor trailer truck came down. I want you to know, I just stood there absolutely like, certainly there was not, I couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
I was just petrified. And when that truck passed, because I saw the truck coming, and I saw him coming, I was like, and when the truck passed, he's sitting there on the side of the side, waiting for the truck to say, oh my God, this dog. And then he came across, it wasn't a busy street, but every now and then a tractor trailer truck would come down. It was also a bus route, but bus drivers knew to look for him. So they would pass our house slow. He said, that little dog is going to come running across the street. So yeah, that's another rabbit hole. Yeah. Okay, plans for this week.
For this week, let me look at my, okay, so I do Sammy J. Oh, you have that free?
No, I have this. Yes, this is now a free box.
Oh yeah, you do like this.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sammy J has these categories. Sammy J, she's a Flosstube, and she has an online shop, LNS and ONS, called Tiny Hummingbird Stitchery, where you could go on the Facebook, you know, and order whatever you need to order. Check her out. It's awesome. So she has categories, 5 categories for each month. And she pulls them. I guess they're in a wheel or however she pulls them. I just find out where they are and that's just like hop along and do it too. So full coverage, Harder Daddy, check. Monochromatic. I think I'm gonna pull out Sampler Au Fleur to do a little stitching on that. 50 colors more. I want to stitch on A New Day. Remember that Haid, A New Day? Remember when? Yeah. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I think I want to put some stitches on her.
Okay.
Yeah. Medium size, which is Elegant Pumpkins, and then My Choice. So medium size, check. My Choice is ABC Sampler, check. So I'm going to pull out Sampler Au Fleur and A New Day before the end of this month.
Week. Oh, month. Oh, okay.
This week, excuse me, I'm going to start data portraits today. I have everything I need. On Sunday, I'm going to do winter montage. And then the other half of the day is Harder Daddy. Okay. I need to get that done. Yes.
Did you mention it before when you were going through that list and I missed it? Your list back here. I saw it at the top.
Oh, yeah, before? We did. Then on Monday, no school. I'm gonna work on Elegant Pumpkins and data portraits.
Okay.
And then.
Oh, that's right. Monday's a holiday. Yay.
And then on the 21st, I need to do like 50 more stitches on Hello Summer to complete a prompt. But then I'm gonna continue with on Tuesday. I'm sorry. Either one of the 2 that I just mentioned. Okay. Sampler Au Fleur or A New Day. Okay. And then Elegant Pumpkins again, and then I'll be done with my whip go. I'm already done with my whip go for ABC Sampler. And then Harriet Tubman. I have it for 3 days.
Oh, nice.
So you'll see a good chunk of stitching.
Yes. I was watching a new Crosstuber.
Crosstuber? That's new. Oh, I like that.
Crosstuber. Her name is Mandy. Her channel name is Clark Stitch. Right? She's a OBGYN resident, or what comes after resident, in Houston, Texas. I watched her Flosstube #1. She did made a design of Harriet Tubman's house. which is in New York, upstate New York.
Yeah.
And stitched it, and she showed it, and it's absolutely lovely.
Nice.
It's lovely. She's also doing the Ida B. Wells house in Chicago. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, very nice. So congratulations, Mandy, and welcome to Flosstube. So my plans.
Yes, please.
Okay. Today I'm working on Sampler Festif. That is the small sampler from the French magazine Main et Merveille. I really love working on it. It's small. Again, it's one of those that probably could have been done in 2 weeks if I was a monogamous stitcher. Sunday I'll be working on wash day. I'm really looking forward to it since I now have a plan. Monday, Rosina Dissery. Tuesday, Tumbling Rose by Rosewood Manor. Wednesday is an open day because I finished Grandma's button box. And then I'm coming back to wash day. Each one of my focus pieces is getting 3 days this month. And so this week I'll be doing days 2 and 3 on wash day. Friday is now an open day because I finished Beach Dance. And Saturday will be an open day because I finished Wildflowers.
So put in Goldie and data portraits in between your 2 new starts.
Yeah, one of those days I'll definitely do that. I'm going to look to see. I did not work on Song of the Seasons earlier, so I'll plug that in somewhere in 52 rows.
That's right.
So I have 2 pieces that got overlooked or skipped earlier this month that I want to work in, but I can definitely do that. And so I was looking, and I'm doing okay on my WhipGo board for the month. My WhipGo pieces each get 3 days during the month, and both Beach Dance and Button Box got 2 days. Now I finished Button Box, and then the following day fully finished it. So that is not only met, but it's completely done. So I've actually decided to change the wording here a little bit. To as opposed to finished, because I was getting confused. I put complete. And then when something is finished, I'm going to put the note in here. Because complete means I completed the goal. Not finished the piece, because my goals aren't finishes. So, and I was getting a little confused. So it's just same coloring and everything. I just changed the terminology to help me.
I understand.
So
Button Box is completed and finished.
Yeah, Beach Dance gets another day, but I'm thinking if I spent some more time on it, I might be able to call that a finish this month as well. I think I'll have so little to take into a 3rd rotation that I might go ahead and try to finish it. I do have the border. There's a lot of ground that the birds are sitting on. It might not be doable.
But you only have 1 more day to stitch on it, right?
I have 1 more day designated to stitch on it.
That's it. You don't have another round.
No, I'm sorry. I put it back in rotation.
Oh, no.
Go around.
I understand, but
Yeah. So, and the other part of me getting lazy is to maybe doing the ground that they're sitting on in half stitches. Because it's all one color, it's all brown. I don't know.
Just do full stitches.
Full stitches?
Yeah. It's little.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe less than 200 stitches.
Or maybe when free space is called, slip it in a free space if I don't get it done.
Yeah, but that means you'll stitch on 3 projects that month?
Possibly, because I won't have that much left. I'm going to finish it up. But it still means that this month it would still be finished. So that's a thought too. So anyway, I'm doing really good on my WhipGo, and I'm very proud of that because you know that's not a thing for me. And a thing. So those are my plans. I got a lot of variety again in my stitching. this week, including, I got a bunch of open days, actually.
You do.
3 open days this week.
But you have 2 that you didn't work on.
I have 2 that I need to switch into 2 of them, which still gives me a 3rd open day.
Yes, one day.
Oh, so that's what you were saying about beach dance.
Correct.
I do have a 3rd open day. She said, with some understanding.
Because you're not done with beach dance, you still have to do that.
Okay.
You don't, why are you pointing at beach dance? You're not done with beach dance. It's not a...
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's just these 2.
2 open days.
Yeah, not 3.
Oh, okay. See, it gets confusing. I get confused.
I don't think so.
I get confused. But that's why I like the plan, because I can just go ahead and follow it and keep it straight. Okay, so those were plans. So announcements. So last week and last 2 weeks, part of my intention, and I did not live up to my intention, was to remind everybody about 2023 Stitch for Pride, sponsored by D's 20 Stitches, that the prompt for this month is to work on a whip celebrating Black community, or where the design is by a Black designer. And I kept forgetting, because we want to mention the prompts every month.
Yes.
So the last 2 weeks I forgot. Last week I said, oh, EJ, can we please put a slide in there? Because I had a big note and everything.
Yes, it was huge.
It was huge. So this week I have 2 notes.
Yes.
So we have down in our description links to the plan that where you can see what the prompts are for each month. It is such a great year of not only information, education, and great stitching. So that's 2023 Stitch for Pride by D's 20 Stitches.
Yes.
Yay. And we don't have anything else to announce, inform, or otherwise share.
Nope.
Other than check out Clark Stitches Bandy.
Yes.
She's really interesting. Okay. Love her stitching, and she's a new stitcher, fairly new, self-taught. As with many of us within her circle of friends, family, acquaintances, she's the only stitcher. Yeah. And so, we know that. And that's why a lot of folks do Flosstube, is to get connected out into the community and meet and get to know other stitchers. And it means so much know that you are a part of, and feel that you are a part of a larger community when those around you just don't happen to share your hobby. So, I guess we're done.
I think we said it all.
On that note,
no matter where you are, the sun is always shining when you're stitching. Bye.